So guys, when we click on this card page, the card page should be open, and same for this add to wish list. For now, we will open our VS Code. You can see here we have navbar. In components we have navbar. So in navbar we will apply this on click. You can see on click, then navigate, then we will give here cart, which is our path. I will copy the same on click event, then I will apply on this div, which is our add to favorite div here, and I will here provide the path of this add to favorite button. For now, you can see here we have defined path in app.js. Here we have path wish list. I will copy this and paste here. Instead of this cart, we will use wish list. Now if I click on this cart page, you can see we are on the cart page. If I click on this wish list page, you can see here we have wish list page. So let's build this cart page first, then we will build this wish list cart. For now, I will close this and open a new page, cart. Here is we have cart page. Okay, first we will apply some classes on this parent div. This is our parent div. So we will use here class name property py will be 12, so that it will take some padding from top and bottom. After that, we will use here one h1 tag, and we will use my cart here. Okay, on this we will apply some classes. Here we will use class name, text will be 3XL, font will be bold. Okay, after that we will use here a div and apply some classes on this parent div. This is our parent div. So I will use here border, class name property, then we will use here border gray of 400. Okay, we will use here 400 instead of 3. We will use here 400, then maximum width will be 5XL, MX will be auto, and padding will be 3. Okay, this is done. If I open my browser now, so you can see here this is my, we will use cart, my cart, like this. So here is my cart text, and here we have our table type borders. So in this parent div, this is our parent div. Here we will take one more div like this, apply some classes here. We will use class name property. Here we will use class name property, and we will use grid, and grid call 5. Grid calls 5 like this. Font will be semi bold, and text gray will be 700 like this. In this div we will use our other divs, like I am going to copy paste this is our one div, which is product, and I will duplicate this div 4 more times. You can see here, first here we will use product, then other will be price, then here we will price, and here we will use quantity. This is the quantity of the product, and we will use here subtotal. You can see here subtotal, and after that we have actions button. So like this. Okay, if I open my browser, you can see here we have product, price, quantity, subtotal, and actions. Okay, after that below this div, which is this grid call 5, below this div we will use one HR horizontal line, and we will provide width full. So I will use class name property, and will use width will be full, margin top and bottom will be 4, text gray of 200, like this. Now you can see here we have beautiful line here. Okay, this is the divider of our this heads and body. So after that we will use UL tag like this. Okay, we will use cart. So we need to use cart from our store. I will use cart, and we will use context like this. Then we will use app context. So I am not getting suggestions. For that I will open my context and app context. Now I will get suggestions. you can see app context is there. So I have now cart. So what we need to do, we need to also import here currency, because we will show currency with the price, and also we will choose navigate and remove from cart. Okay, we will import these things from our store, and we will get total cart. What is the function name? Let me see this. So our function name is get cart total, so we will use get cart total here also. So these things we need to import from our store, because we are going to use here. So we will use cart.map like this, and we will take one object here, which is item, like this. Okay, in this div we will use in this UL we will use one div. Okay, let me write div. This is our div, and here we will use key property, which will identify each item uniquely. So here we will use item dot underscore id. This is the ID of individual item, and here we need to use below this one more div. This is our other div. Use your class name property. This is a class name property, so I will use grid call 5, because above we use grid call 5. Here you can see. So we want same grids here. Okay, I will use items center. Items will be center like this. Margin bottom will be 4. Okay, this is the classes of our parent div. Now below this we will use one more div for image and name of the product. For now I will use image tag, and here in src we will use item dot images and 0 index, because our product has multiple images, so we need to display here first image of our product. That's why I'm using here item dot images and first index. Okay, I hope you have got this point. And we will use here class name property. Width will be 20 and height will be also 20, like this. Okay, this is done. Below this image tag we will use one p tag to show the name of product, so we will use item dot name. Okay, if I open my browser you will see here. So you can see here we have 4 products in our cart, so that's why you can see here product image and product name. This is the product. Okay, next below this div we need to show the price of the product. Okay, for now we will just use p tag like this, and here we use currency symbol, which will imported from our store. So this is our currency. Then we will use here item dot offer price, because we are showing item dot offer price, not original price of the product. You can see here item dot offer price. If I open this, so you can see here $12, $2.99, and like this. These are the all prices. Okay, what we need to do next, then we need to show the quantity. So I will just copy this, duplicate this div, and from here we will use just quantity, item dot quantity. It will show the quantity of item. Then again copy this big div and paste below this quantity div, and currency symbol will be same. And here we need to use item dot quantity. Let me write first, then I will explain to you. Item dot quantity and multiplied by item dot offer price. Offer price. Here we use item dot offer price. It means our item dot quantity means we have multiple items. If we have multiple items, then those items will be multiplied with the offer price. So here we will show the item dot, you can see here quantity, and here we will use subtotal. Okay, I hope you have got this point. This is our subtotal. After that we will use here, after this p tag I am going to duplicate this like this. Okay, so here we don't need currency, we just need one icon, which is circle icon, and we will import this icon from you can see here we have circle X icon, and this is the icon from Lucid React. You can see here this is imported from Lucid React, so we need to import this icon here, close like this. Okay, then after this we don't need this. Okay, in p tag we just need this. Okay, we will then apply on click here. First we need to apply some classes. So here text will be red 500 like this, cursor will be pointer, and on hover it will be underlined like this. Okay, so now if I open my browser again, so if I click on this cart, so here you can see this is the product image, then product name. After this there is a offer price of the product, then quantity, and then this is the subtotal of the product. And here you can see we have one delete button, means delete icon. If user click on this, then this product will be removed from the cart. So now we need to apply this functionality. For that we have imported here, you can see remove from cart. So we just need to apply on p tag, on click property, sorry, this is an image, and here we will use remove from cart and will pass product ID. So item dot underscore ID, here we are passing the product ID because in app context you can see here this is our remove from cart. Here you can see this is remove from cart, and here we are just taking the ID as parameter, not the whole product. That's why here I have passed ID of the product. One more thing, here you can see we have returned new cart, and after that here we are using this toast. So for now I will do one thing, I will remove this, we don't need this now. I will just remove this, and if I again open my cart, okay, we have our page is refreshed, that's why our product is gone. We will add some product in add to cart, and I will add quantity multiple time. So now open cart page again. So here you can see we have one product two times. We don't want this, we want just increase the quantity. If one product is added multiple time, so we just need to update the quantity, not whole product. So if I click on this, you can see this product is gone. Okay, let me click in console. What is the problem here? So quantity is undefined, cannot read the properties of quantity. So for that you can see here we are using item.id, but we need here item._id, not id, because item has id._, sorry, underscore, not simple id. Okay, this is done. Now if I again open it, okay, now I am going to again add some product in my cart. Okay, let's open this cart page again. So here you can see we have quantity 2, and for garlic we also have quantity 2. So if I again click on this cross icon, so you can see here quantity is decreasing. If I again click on this, so you can see quantity is 1, means we have one quantity. Then I clicked on cross, so our product is removed from the cart. So in this way this is working perfectly. Okay, after this if I show you on our demo website, here if I click on cart, you can see here we have a proceed to checkout button. So below this we have total cart, so we need to apply this. For now below this cart, here you need below this, you can see here UL tag. After UL tag we need to take one more div. Here we will take just another div, and in this div we will take one more div. So our first div is this, and this is the child div. So on child div we will apply some classes like flex, items will be center, and justify will be between. So justify will be between. In this div we will use 2 p tag and one for total like this, and here we also need to apply some classes. We will use font semi-bold so that it looks bigger. This is p tag. I will just duplicate this, and here we will use currency because we need to show here total amount. That's why currency is important. Currency, and below sorry, in front of this we will use get total cart, then get cart total. This is the function we need to call here. Okay, this is done. Now I will save this and open my browser. So here you can see, here we have total then amount. Okay, below this we need to use one HR line below this. For that I will use below this line, sorry, below this UL tag we will use class width will be full. Okay, so that it will divide. So you can see here a divider. Okay, I hope you have got the point, and I will apply here class margin top 5, so it will take some space from top. This is done. Okay, this is total price, and here you can also apply, you can see here we also need a divider here. So for that what will we do, we will just apply a HR below this div, means before last div we will use here divider, so it will divide each product. You can see here, so you can see here we will use text grade 300. Okay, I will copy same class and apply here, so it will change the color of our divider. So here you can see this is looking so beautiful. Now we don't need this divider, I think so. I will just comment out and see. So here we don't need this divider. I will remove this. Okay, this is done. After this we need a button, so we will use button. This is our first parent div. After this we will use, sorry, this is our child. This div is our child div, and this is our parent. Inside parent div we have just taken one div, and we will take one other button. So we will use button tag here, and we will use proceed to checkout like this, and here we will apply some classes like this. Margin top will be 5, flex item center justify center, items will be center, justify will be center like this. Margin bottom will be 3 and width will be full like this. Background will be secondary, sorry, background will be secondary like this, and text will be white. Cursor will be pointer, this is cursor will be pointer, and R letter will be uppercase. So here we will use uppercase. This is done. So here you can see, okay, background secondary, this is done. Okay, so here you can see this is proceed to checkout button, and we just need to add here py. So I am using py1, not 1, we will use py3. So this is done, and here we need to just apply on click event. When user will click on this on click, he will be redirected to checkout but page. So we will use on click here on this button, on click like this, navigate to checkout, and we have already created our checkout. So here you can see this is our checkout page, and you can see here the our URL for checkout page path. So this is done. If I click on this checkout, so you can see we are redirected to our checkout page. Okay, our cart page is done. Now we need to do same for the this page. This is our add to wish list. So I am going to add some item in our add to wish list. So again I will click on this. Okay, we have 2 items in our add to wish list. What we need to do, we just need to copy all this. So just need to copy this div inside. We just need to return our simple JSX. I will copy this JSX and I will paste it in wishlist.jsx, and I will remove this JSX and paste the copied JSX. Okay, this is copied. Now we just need here import some things. Const, we will import here currency like this, and we will use here remove from favorite. So you can see here we have remove from favorite. You can see here remove from favorite function. I will copy this and use here, and I will use here cart. Sorry, we don't need cart, we need add to cart. Here we need add to cart like this. Okay, this is done, and it will be imported from use context, then app context. This is use context, inside we will use app context, and this is imported. You can see here I have imported app context. So this is done. Now we need to do some changes in our JSX. Here we will use my wish list like this. This will be my wish list, and here we will use items. Instead of cart we will use here favorite. So we need to import favorite. We don't have imported still favorite. This is our favorite. I will copy this and paste it here. So we have we need to use here favorite because favorite is an array. So we will use map on favorite. This is done. Offer price. Okay, and this will be remove from cart. Instead of remove from cart we will use remove from favorite like this. Okay, this is done, and here we don't need this proceed to checkout button, and current total we just need to remove this div. We don't need this div. I will remove this div in like this, and I will use here one more thing. This is our p tag, and I will just duplicate this p tag, and here we will use, this is our cross icon. Now we need a plus icon, so here we will use badge plus. Here we have badge plus icon, BADG plus. This will be imported from React, Lucid React like this, and here we will use add to cart instead of remove from cart, and we need to pass here whole item like this. Okay, what it will do, we will use here text green 500. Now if I open my browser, so I will add some item in my cart. In shop this is added, and here I will add this. Again in shop I will add this. Okay, so if I click on this add to wish list, so here is some error. Let me inspect this and we will console. So here you can see circle X is not defined. For that we just need to import this from Lucid React. I will import this, and now you will see here. Okay, now you can see here we have this table. Let me do this in add to cart. One more product I will add in my add to wish list. Sorry. So this is our add to wish list. Here you can see we have product, image, then name. Then here you can see here we have product, price. So we don't need here quantity because we can only add one product in our cart. I will remove this quantity. Here I have quantity, I don't need this, and instead of this quantity I will remove this quantity. Okay, I hope you have got this point. And now here you can see this is product, this is price, and this is subtotal. So subtotal will be don't need. So I will remove subtotal also, because you can see we have just one product in our add to wish list. So one product only has price 1. We cannot add multiple products in our add to wish list. That's why we don't need subtotal and quantity. So I will remove here. This is our p tag. I will remove this. Now you can see here we have this product, then price, then action. So instead of this, you can see here we have grade call 5. Instead of 5 we will use just 3, and here we also use grid call 3, like this, because now we have only 3 headings and 3 body, you can see like this. Okay, so here we need to do one thing. We will keep these both div in one, these both p tag in one div, these div I will just cut and will keep in one div like this. Okay, and here I will use class flex, items will be center and gap of 5. So now these will look side by side, you can see here. Okay, this is done. If I click on this cross icon, you can see here product remove from favorite. If I click on this plus icon, it will add the product to the cart. You can see if I am going to click here, so you can see added to cart. If I click on this, here count will be increased. If I click here, you can see here count is increasing. If I remove this product from the add to wish list, then you will see here quantity will decrease. So here you can see quantity becomes 1. So this is done. Our this part is already also done. Now we need one more thing. If I log in here, any user, I am going to log in. So here you can see we have my orders page. If I click on this my orders page, here we need to do this my orders, and for that we also have one data in our assets. If I open my assets, you will see here assets.js, and here you will see this is category, this is products, and this is blogs, and here you can see my orders. Okay, date, status, total amount, and payment method. So we need these. For that we will use just to add to wish list. I will just copy this JSX code like this. Okay, I will just copy this and I will use it in our my orders. This is my orders, and in here I will paste. Sorry, I need to copy these again. I will copy and paste in JSX here. So this is pasted. Now we need to import my order from our assets. I will use import my orders. You can see suggestion here my orders. Now we just need to map here my orders. Okay, here we will use change here text my orders, and we will use here my orders. Okay, my orders contain which type of data structure. You can see here we have date, status, and total amounts. So we will use here date, then total amount, and here we will use date, status, total amount, payment method. Here we will use payment method like this, and I will duplicate this for status. So status of order will be visible here, and here I will change grade call 4. Why? Because we have, you can see here 4 divs. So I will change this to 4, and here I will use item dot underscore id. So here you can see we have underscore id property. This will be fine, and here we will use here we don't use this. We just need to show here item dot date, and after that we will use total amount. So here we will use item dot total amount. Here this is total amount. Okay, after that we need to show payment method. So I don't need these two this div. I will remove this div. I will just copy this and duplicate. Here we will use, I will remove this item dot. After date, what we have payment method. I will just copy this and write here item dot payment method, and here we will use in p tag item dot status like this. Okay, this is done. Now I just go to my page. Here this is my order page, and I will inspect here. Here is, I think, some issue. So here you can see currency is not defined. So we will import currency from our store. Const currency like this, and you use context, then app context. So this is done. Okay, now if I open my, you can see here my orders page. Okay, we need here one small issue. In above we have grade call 4, but here we have grade calls 3, so we just need to change here from grade calls 3 to 4. You can see here, I will just save the file and I will save this. You can see here date of order, then total amount of the order, then payment method, then status. Okay, this is done. Now we need one thing, that is our checkout. If user adds some product in cart, then you can see this is our cart page, and when he click on this proceed to checkout, here this is checkout page. So we need to design this checkout page. For that we will open up our VS Code, and I will just close all these file, wishlist, cart, and just I will open the file checkout. So here you can see we will use some class name. This is class name property, py will be 12 like this, and background will be, I will use here color code. So you just need to paste this color code like this. Okay, inside this div we will also use here style property, and we will use background image, and here you will use, okay, here we will use like this. Okay, here we need to use style and like this. Okay, this is done. Style. Now use background image property. This is background image, you can see here, and here we will use like this URL and small brackets, then $sign, and inside this we will use assets, and assets will be imported from our asset file. So I will import first assets from, this is assets, then inside this asset we have file asset.js. We will import assets from here, assets.js, sorry, assets.footer image. So this is our image. Okay, this is done like this. This is our class name property, and this is our image. After this style, inside this div we will use one h1 tag, and here we will use checkout like this. Class name property, text will be 3xl, font will be bold like this, text will be white, because here we are using background color green type, so we need text white and text will be in center. If I open my checkout page, so here you can see this is our checkout page and beautiful background color. Okay, this is done. Below this h1 we will use one div, and inside this div we need one more div. But before adding one more div inside this div, I will use class name property and apply some classes on our parent div. This is will be flex will be call, flex will be called like this, md flex row like this. Item will be center and justify will be evenly. Items will be center and justify will be evenly. Evenly mean it will side by side, and gap of 6. This is done. Now this is our parent side. Inside this div we will have two more div. Okay, this is first div, and I will just duplicate this, and it will be our second div. Inside first div we need a one h1. So this is my h1, and here I will use cart summary text. This is our cart summary text. Just apply some classes here. Text will be 2xl. Okay, 3xl is fine like this. Okay, and it will be on center. Text will be center like this, and this is our parent div, so we don't need any class on this parent div. Just take one more div below this h1 like this. Okay, inside this we need one class name property. So this is class name property, and here we will use maximum width of, sorry, 4xl. We will use maximum width of 4xl and width will be full. It will occupy 4xl width, and inside this div, let me apply some more classes also. Padding will be like 4, rounded will be on medium, rounded will be empty, and border text will be white. So this is done, and text will be center, margin bottom will be 8. So this is done for our div. Now inside this div, okay, this is our div. Inside this div we will use, okay, sorry, here we don't need text center. Okay, I have just made mistake, and we don't need text white. We will use background white. Background will be white and border will be primary. Border will be primary, and we don't need this class margin bottom 8. Sorry, like this. Okay, this is done. Maximum width will be 4xl, width will be full, padding of 4, rounded and empty, and border background will be white and border primary. Okay, now inside this we just need to map our cart. So cart will be from our store. I will just take cart from my store, and I will use navigate also, like this. We will use context, then we will use app context. This is app context, app context. This is done. Now on this cart dot map we will use item, like this. This is our item, and here we will use one div, like this. And here we need to take one key property which will identify uniquely each item. Item dot underscore id, then class name property. This is class name property. Use width will be full, flex item will be center, flex items will be center, like this. Justify will be between. Inside this div we need one more div here, and I will use here image tag, and here just need item dot image of 0 index. You can see here we will use product first image, and width will be 20, width will be 20, and height will be also 20. So this is done. On this div we need some classes, and here we will use flex item will be center, gap of 4, and gap of 4, like this. Okay, this is done. Below this image tag we will use p tag, and here we will use item dot name, and below this p tag we will just take one more p tag, and here we will use currency. So we need to use currency, so I will use currency from our store. I will just use currency here, and beside this we will use item dot offer price, like this. Okay, this is done. Now below this I just need a p tag, and here we will show total amount. So like this, you can see here I don't need this because we have already calculated our total amount. So I will just use this cart total, get cart total here, like this, and we will call this function here. Okay, this is done. Now if I open my browser, so here you can see we have 3 items in our cart. Fresh garlic, this is the product image, this is name of product, and this is the price, offer price. Okay, I hope you have got this. We just need some gap from cart summary and this cart, and here we have used margin bottom 8 somewhere. This is carts, and here I will use my will be 5. Oh, so sorry, we will need here my will be 5. It will just take the gap from the bottom and top. So here you can see this is done. Okay, it is So our this left part is done. Now we need to apply styling on this right part. For that I will just close this div, and this is our right div. You can see here we have here our right div. Inside this I will just use some classes. So I will use class name property inside this. This is our class name property. Here we will use text will be white, flex will be column, like this, and gap of 6. So all the item inside this div will just take the gap of 6. Okay, this is done, and here we need one h1. So I will just copy this h1. No, this don't copy this h1. I will use here order summary. Like this, class name property, text will be 3xl, font will be bold, and below this h1 tag we will use one div tag like this, and here we will use class name property flex, like this. Flex will be column. Flex will be column. It means the items inside this div will be vertically, and we will use a gap of 6. Okay, this is done. Inside this div we will use one label tag. This is our label tag, and here we will use address. So HTML for address, like this. Here will be select address, like this. So address will be selected here. Inside this we just need a select box. Here we need select box. Okay, here just apply class name property. Width will be full, like this. Outline will be none, and border primary, like this. Border primary and padding of 2. Okay, this is done. Here we will use value property and on change. For that we will just take a state variable here, const. Here we will use address comma set address, and it will be use state. By default it will be USA. I am just taking it as a dummy address. When we will create our backend, so we will fetch this address from our backend. Okay, this is done, and here we will also need one more state, that is payment method. Here we will use payment method and set payment method, and by default it will be COD. It means cash on delivery. Okay, I hope you have got these two states. Okay, now we don't need here these. Just take value property, and here we will use address. This is address, and we will use on change property, and here we will use set address. It will be e.target.value. Okay, below this, inside this select, we just need option, like this option, and here we will use first USA, like this. Just duplicate this, like this. Here we will use India. So these are two addresses. Okay, and below this select box we will just take one button, and we will use here add new address, like this. Just apply some classes on this button so it looks beautiful. Background will be primary, text will be white, cursor will be pointer, like this. PX will be 6 and PY will be 2, like this. Okay, if I open my browser now, so here you can see this is our order summary. Then select the address. User can select here address. Okay, we just need some small change here. This is our option. On option we need to apply some classes, class name property, and here you use text degree 800, like this. And I will copy this class and paste it inside this option also. Okay, this is done. Now if I you can see I can select easily India or USA. Okay, if I click on this add new address, we will open a new page where user can add address on which he will receive this order. Okay, for now we just need an on click property. For that I have already used here navigate from our store. So just apply here on click property, and we will use, instead of address we have add address path. If I check this path in app.js, so here you can see we have add address path here. I will just copy and paste here for surety. Okay, so this is done, and if I click on this, so you can see if I click on this I will go to add address page, and here you can see add address text. So I hope you have got this. By clicking on this we will add new address, and below this we just need one more select box. For that I will just copy this above. I am going to copy this div. I will just copy this div and paste it below this div. Okay, below this div I will just paste. This is our div, and here I will paste, and I don't need here button. Okay, so I will remove button from here. I will just remove button from here, and here we will use select payment method like this. Here we will use, instead of address we will use payment method, sorry, and here we will use set payment method like this, and here we will use value property also. We did not use here value, so here we will use value, and here we will use COD like this, and just copy this, and here we will use value property online like this. So here we will use COD, and here online like this. I hope you have got the point. I am just copying above div and pasting it. So this is also done. If I open my browser again, so here you can see select payment method. If I select online, it will be online or COD. Okay, this is done. Below this we just need one button. So below this div you can see here, below this div we will use button, and here we will use ternary operator. And if we check if, so check if payment method is equal to COD. If payment method is equal to COD, then here we will use text placeholder, else we will use place now. Okay, just apply some classes here, like background will be primary, text will be white, cursor pointer px2, and py will be 2. So just open my browser. So here you can see if I select here online, so our text of the button will be changed to pay now. You can see here pay now. If I choose COD, then you can see here place order. So this is our done, our cart pages. Okay, now if I click on this add new address, so here we need one form where user can add new address, and this address will be stored in the MongoDB collection. So just open this add address page, and we will design this. For that we just need here some state variable of address. Const, we will use here form data like this, form data, and set form data. We will use state. Use state will be imported. If in your case it is not imported by default, you can import manually. Okay, so here I am going to paste some state variable like this. So user can enter name, email, city, country, zip code, and state. These are the mandatory fields. User need to pass these while adding the address. So here we will use const handle change like this, and we will take one event and use set form data like here. We will use form data, then comma, and we will use square brackets. Here we will use e.target.name colon e.target.value. This is done. Okay, after that we will use submit handler, const submit handler like this, and here we will use e.prevent default, and we will also use here toast. So toast will be imported from React hot toast and use like this. Okay, you can see here toast is imported, so our submit handler is also created. Okay, this is done. After that we need to create our JSX code. Here we will use class name, and here we will use same checkout. I will just copy the classes like this, class name and style, we need both, and I will paste in our parent div. This is done. This is our, so we need here assets. I will import assets. You can see here suggestions. I will import assets, and one more thing we need here, navigate. So I will use navigate from our store. Use context, then we will use app context. This is done. Okay, so inside this div we need one more div, and inside this div we will use form tag like this, and we don't need any action here. And there is one property of form which is on submit, and here we will reference the submit handler. This submit handler we will reference here, and just apply here class name property. Maximum width will be XL, max width will be XL, and width will be full like this. MX will be auto, and text will be white, padding of 4, so it will take padding from all sides. And we will use border will be white like this, and it will be rounded. So this is done. In the form tag we will use a one div. This is our div, and inside this I will use a label, and this is label for name like this. Sorry, just name like this. Okay, this is for name, and below this we will use input tag. Type will be text, and placeholder will be enter your name. Placeholder we will use here placeholder, and required will be true, so we will use here required property, and we will use name, and name will be name. Value will be form data name. Sorry, value will be form data dot name. Form data dot name, because we have here form data state variable. Inside this we have one object in which we have these properties, so to get the property of an object we use dot. So here we will use form data dot name. I hope you have got this point. And here we need on change like this, and here reference the handle change. So this is done. Just use your class name property, and width will be full, outline will be none like this. Border will be white, this is border will be white, and py will be 3, rounded, padding of 2. So this is done. Just need some classes to apply on this div. So here we will use text will be white, flex call, and gap of 2, margin bottom 4. This is done. So this is suggestion. Text will be white, flex call, gap of 2, and margin bottom. If I now visit my, you can see here we have this. Okay, one small issue is that we don't show here border. For that we need to, okay, border we will use here border like this. Now we will show border. So here you can see this is the border. Okay, this is done. For like that we just need now more fields. I am going to copy and paste these fields. You just need to write below this div. This is our first div, and I will just paste. Here we will use email, and type will be email, name will be email, on change will be handle change, and value will be form data dot email, because now we are handling the email input. And here we will use enter your email. Below this we will use city. So I am going to copy and paste below this div. Here you can see we have label city, input type text, name city, on change, handle change. So these are similar, that's why I am just copy and pasting, else it will take our time. Below this div one more for country. This is our country, and below this one more div will be for zip code, like this. This is zip code. Number tag will be number, name will be zip code, and here you can see we have zip code here. Sorry, here we will use country, here we need to use zip code like this. Okay, I hope now you have got the point. This is our zip code. Our zip code is done. Farm data dot country, while we have your countries, use your C, sorry, like this. Okay, this is done. Country and zip code, farm data dot zip, remove E from here and also from here. Okay, after zip code we just need one more input field, which is state. So this is our state input. You can see here below this div we will use one button, and I will use here add address. Just apply some classes here, and we will use width full. Background will be primary. Background will be primary. Text will be white. Cursor will be pointer. py will be 3. Okay, I hope you have got this. Now if we visit our browser, so here you can see user can enter name, email, city, country, zip code and state. When he click on this add address, so it will redirect it to the our checkout page. For that we need here navigate. You can see here we have submit handler. After this toast we just need to use navigate. This is our navigate to checkout page. Okay, I hope you have got this point. Now I am going to check this inspect. We will console values, that we are getting our values or not. I will just clear this, and here we will use any state, Punjab, and if I click on this add address, you can see here add address is successfully, and we are redirected to checkout page. Okay, and here you can see in console we have city, country, email, name, state and zip code. So this is done. In this way we have completed our checkout page and add address page. So I think we are now done our user side. Now it's time to build our admin dashboard, but before that we need to just push this code on our GitHub so that it will be picked by Varsal on our live project. For that I will open my project folder. So my project folder is in desktop. Then here we have grocery, and I will open this grocery in my terminal. So my terminal is opened. You can see here I will use just git add dot, then we will commit git commit -m, and here we will use front end of user side is done. Okay, now just git commit. Okay, we have spelling mistake. Git commit -m user side front end is done. Front end is completed like this. So we need to push this. For that we will use git push. So our code is pushed on the GitHub. You can see here we have pushed. If I check, I will open my GitHub account and we will see a new commit. User side is completed. For that I will open my repositories. Let me open my repositories, and here I have grocery, MERN Stack, You can see here updated now. If I click on this, you will see a text. So here will be commit. So you can see commit user side front end is completed. If we check on our Vercel, I am open to Vercel. So our project is successfully detected by Vercel, and it was implemented on our live URL. So this is our project on Vercel. I am just going to open this. Okay, our domain is here. You can see grocery 8 Indo, something like this. If I click on this, so here you can see this is our live URL. If here you can see this is our other live URL. I have already deployed this demo quick grocery store, and here this is our different live URL, grocery 8 something idle.vercel.app. Okay, here you can see now we have implemented our you can see add to cart and add to wish list. If I click on this cart, you can see here we have cart functionality. If I go to proceed to checkout, you can see here cart summary, and here if I click on this add address like this, if I click on this button, you can see here address added successfully, and we are redirected to checkout page. If I click on this add to favorite icon, you can see here this. If I remove this, you can see product removed from the favorite. If I log in here, and if I click on this my orders, you can see here my order page is also working. So this was about our user side. Now we are going to build admin dashboard.